The example I was trying to give earlier was like, if your mom gets mad at your dad for not taking out the trash, but as they're arguing or as you're arguing with your partner, you realize that that's not really what you're mad at, but you're more upset that they say they're gonna do things, but then they don't do them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's related, but it's kind of unrelated because you're more upset about a particular thing somewhere else that happened, and because these other things have been compounding on top of them to kind of like affirm that one thing that you're upset about, that you attach it to all these other things, that same emotion, and it compounds this place where you peak and now you're upset about it, but that's not really why you're mad. So yeah, that's kind of like the thing that I'm trying to help you dissolve. So like, what you don't want to do is address the core and then keep doing all the other things that are also related to that thing, not realizing that you're still giving that core thing energy, and that's what you're actually trying to unroot, right? I know that's kind of like, ugh, but this is why people don't like to do shadow work. It's intricate. It's like undoing a ball of twine. Sometimes you don't get the right flow and you get a knot. Sometimes it's just very difficult to figure out like how to undo a knot. There's lots of pieces everywhere and you kind of have to jump around to figure it out. Okay, so now that you know like what this thing is, why it's there, why it is rooted there, what it's attaching to, and what the triggers are that are allowing you to attach it to other situations that are unrelated, now you're going to ask yourself, how can I be compassionate to myself in this situation? So like, how can you be more compassionate to this area of self? So if you feel like you're unworthy, how can you make yourself feel more worthy? What can you do to create worthiness in yourself? What can you say to yourself? What can you do? When you have a decision, do you ask someone else, or you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you change what you're already doing to affirm what you want to see, what you want to develop, what you want to cultivate within yourself? Yes, like, what do you want to cultivate, right? Ask yourself, how can you show yourself more unconditional love in this area? So what are some things that you can do to just show yourself more love? And what can you do to like affirm yourself more in this area? So I guess a good way that I do this is the first thing that I do is I figure out what that thing is. Like, if I have a lack of self-esteem, and the reason why I have that is because, like, you know, people picked on me and I felt belittled and this and that, and I felt unattractive and this and that. Like, the first thing I'm going to do is create an environment where I feel more beautiful. I feel more confident by going with my ideas on a consistent basis without questioning them as much, and just trusting that my ideas are good. And even if it doesn't work out, I'm sticking to it and I'm learning how to work with it in my best light. So for example, like, if I decide when I get to the light I want to go right instead of left, because I feel like it'll be a shorter route, and I go right and it wasn't shorter, but the route had less traffic. So for me to acknowledge, like, yes, the route was not shorter, it added maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but I was able to have a more scenic ride and it felt shorter versus waiting in traffic for 30 minutes. That I have to acknowledge. Like, yes, it wasn't what I thought it was, but it still did me some good, and I'm grateful for that. So those are some of the things. I feel like that's kind of like the mindset around like kind of approaching this. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. And then I would say, what is your healing pathway? So what is your path to healing this core issue? Do you need to go to therapy? Do you need to start journaling more so you can understand why you have these thoughts? Do you need to know more about this core thing? Because maybe you don't even understand where this core thing lives. And you have only just discovered what it is and that it exists within you. And you might have to learn more about it in order to get there. Sometimes we see like this feeling where it's like I don't want to feel that, this and that. Like, what is your healing pathway? Do you need to show yourself more love? Do you need to address the things and traumas where people hurt you and abused you and mentally and emotionally manipulated you? What is it that has happened to you that you deserve to heal from? And then figure out what the first 3 steps are. I'm not asking you to find the destination, but you need to be able to find the elevation. Where does that path begin? Where do I start? Where does that elevation start? And what are the first 1, 2, and 3 things that you can get done today, that you can start on today and continue forward, creating a path of healing for you in that core place? Please be patient with yourself. These things have been inside of us for years. Some of us even decades, do you know? So a lot of us are hurting and we need to address our pain so that we can have peace. And in doing that, we're going to need some time. We're going to have to be patient with ourselves because emotional work-throughs are more than emotional. They are habitual. They are ingrained in our psyche, and they create places and pools of hurt throughout our entire personality and experience. And we have to learn how to detox ourselves out of this pain cycle. Know that you are creating healing for yourself, that certain things have to align to open a door to learn something new about yourself. Some doors have to close in order for another to shine and become and to step out into your focus so that you can step into that place of healing. Understand that you are unraveling a lot of emotions, trauma, experiences when doing this, and being there to be the unconditional place of love and acceptance for yourself, to give yourself self-compassion, to hug yourself, love on yourself, do the things that make you feel good even when you don't feel like you deserve them, because you must always be the loving and most unconditional version of you in your life. All right, now I want to make something very clear here. Shame, guilt, judgment holds no place here. Not here in this work. Shame is something that should not exist. Let's just be honest. You are undeserving of it. You should not shame yourself for working on yourself. There is so much stuff happening in my background, but I'm just gonna keep going and pretend like it's not there. All of that has happened for you, for your growth. And I want you to know that you can create this moment safe and loving and pure, and you can create the next moment howsoever you wish, and again howsoever you wish, and again howsoever you wish, and continuing into infinity, and again, so however you wish. And I want you to get this ingrained in your mind that you can have compassion for your life, for the things that hurt you, for the things that make you feel ugh, you know? And don't take these moments for granted. You are purely worthy of healing, of feeling good, of having peace, of creating less resistance for yourself and more abundance to streamline in. This is the forging of your gold, your alchemical gold. You are putting a rough, undesirable element into a system that I have just laid out for you. And through this system, you will change this element in and out and strip it of things that are unnecessary and getting rid of the excess to see the core. And when you do, this element will make an amazing transformation of the gold in your life, the love, the happiness, the joy, and the peace. So know that this is your treasure and you can create one every time that you do your shadow work, every time that you manifest, and you are worthy of it all. You have always and forever been. You're just not realizing it. So on that thought, I want you to hold these things with love, unconditional love, and have pride in the work that you do on yourself, because you deserve it. And you are truly blessed, my love. Truly. Can't get it, can you? Well, sounds like it's about that time, doesn't it? So, I know we just had like a cool heart-to-heart with each other, you guys. I love you. So, understand this. I'm grateful for you. I am grateful for you being here and spending your time with me, learning how to make yourself a better person. I want you to know that I am here for you if you need me. You can reach out to me on Instagram in the DMs at _LiveLikeLo, or you can leave your comment below and share with others how you have either already applied this to your life, or how just listening to this video has opened your eyes, or whatever it is that you've experienced during this time or with this information. I want you to know that I am purely grateful for you, and thank you for your time, because that means that you're pouring your energy and your time into me, and I want to do the same for you. I am so grateful for you, so grateful for who you are and how far you've come. I am grateful for your achievements, and I feel so blessed to be here, to be a conduit for your growth. I am proud of you in every essence of my being, and I hope that you feel it right here, right now with me. You are amazing, beautiful, and you can do anything you put your mind to. And there is nothing but truth in that statement. You can bring anything you wish into fruition with the energy that it requires. You are an abundant spiritual being having a human experience that is fucking glorious, honey. You are a fucking light of the world, and shine that shit so bright there will be no crevice unseen, no shadow uncast, nothing that can hide in the darkness anymore, as everything will come to light just as you wish it. I thank you